morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. So this is Thriving Thursdays. This is Solina and Terri and I coming live to you. We wanted to share with you the real results that are happening in our life, real live happening results of how we're using natural solutions to create powerful change in our life. And so I just want to share with you, we're going to be doing this for the next 8 weeks on Thursday mornings. We're going to be talking about all kinds of subjects: nutrition, stress, sleep, emotions, toxic-free living, metabolic health, and so many more things. And we're going to do it quickly, succinctly, and with real stories of like, this is what's really happening in our life. This is what it's been like to live this way. So, Solina, Terri, would you introduce yourselves and just share, who are you? What do you do? Why is this important to you?
Yeah, I'm a holistic occupational therapist and a doTERRA wellness advocate. And I have a passion for teaching people of all ages and walks of life natural ways to calm their nervous system and live a life of better quality.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm Terri Byrd. I am a health and life coach and wellness advocate with doTERRA as well. And my passions are the same as these ladies here. Like Solina said, helping people find natural solutions to thrive, to be well, to manage everything: emotions, stress, their health, their life, their families. It's why I do it and why I love it so. So I'm excited for this conversation this morning, ladies.
Yay. Thank you so much for being here, ladies. I love doing life with you, and I love that we get to do this together. So the topic today was, I have my oils, or I have my natural solutions. Now what? So this is a tear sheet that we use. It's a 2-page tear sheet with lots of notes that we can send you after this live. I'm going to post a form link in the captions, in the comments, and you can just register, drop your email. I'll send you this data sheet. Helps you understand how to use oils and what are the basics when you're getting started. So for our quick conversation this morning, ladies, let's talk about around you, on you, and in you. When you first brought home oils and natural solutions, what was the first things that you did? What were the first things that you learned? Would you share?
Terri?
You want me to go? Sure.
Either one.
If I'm being really honest, when I first got my very first kit, I was almost afraid to touch them.
Yeah, really?
Veronica had introduced me to them. She told me all these amazing things that they could do. It sounded great, but I really didn't know what to do. And I thought that's why this conversation today would be so great, because a lot of times you get this box and it's like the holy grail, right? It's like you open it up and the light shines out of it and you go, but then you go, oh, I don't want to touch it. So my really first experience, I used to suffer with acid reflux really badly. Okay. And they had me on the little purple pill and had moved me up to the little blue pill. And I woke up in the middle of the night. For anyone who's ever had that experience, it kind of, it feels like the acid is behind your eyes. Like you can't swallow it down, it doesn't. And so I woke up at like 2 a.m. and I actually went searching for a Tums and found that my husband had, found my stash and there was nothing left. And we're talking years ago. So Walmart was still open 24 hours and I was about to run out to Walmart. And as I was about to head out to Walmart, the kit that was sitting there on the counter, and I looked and I said, well, she said there was something in here for like digestion. And so I opened up the bottle of Digest Zen and I smelt it and I was like, oh, this smells like rye bread. I don't know that this is going to do anything. Right. It wasn't in a cute little roller ball like that back then.
No, you had it in a bottle.
I had it in a bottle. Yep. And I said, well, she said to just rub it on. And so I took a drop or two. And I don't even think I had fractionated coconut oil back then. We didn't know like about dilution, all the information we have now. But I took it and I rubbed it from my throat all the way down to my belly and rubbed on my belly. And I was like, now I smell like rye bread. I don't know that this is going to do anything. Yeah, the fennel in there is really strong. Now, of course, it's something that I love. But back then it was like, what? I don't know. But I within about 5 or 6 minutes, I realized that I didn't feel that burning acid in my throat.
Yeah.
And usually when I would wake up like that, I would be sleeping sitting up for the rest of the night, propped up on a pillow, trying to get it to go back. And I remember going, well, it couldn't really work that fast, right? Like this really couldn't be happening. But within like 10 minutes, the whole episode was over. And I went back to bed and slept soundly for the rest of the night with no more reflux. So that was when I said, if this stuff can do this,
Yeah.
I have to find out what else is in this box that I've got.
Mhm.
And from that point on, I've never looked back. It's just like you said, in you, on you, around you. It's everywhere now. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's fantastic. How about you, Solina? What was it like? What results were you seeing?
I got the family essentials kit, and I really went in, I dove in. I wanted to know what I could do with each of those bottles. So for me, it was like, I grabbed the app, the Modern Essentials app, which was my cheapest choice. I could get it immediately. And I literally would sit there and review lemon, lemon, lemon. Then I'd go on guard, on guard, on guard. And so it took a lot of repetition for me to get like the broad spectrum of what one oil can do. You know, because just lemon alone, you can do, you know, it just on that app, it has over 20 options. So it took a little, you know, it took a time to get a hang of it, but literally I just go back and review it every time. Till then I started implementing it in the things in my family where we needed help, right? My kids were allergic. So I immediately then learned lemon, lavender, peppermint could be used in local honey. And then I had been mold exposed in the workplace. So I would take my On Guard and I would diffuse it in the workplace. And so just automatically I'd start incorporating it. I'd start rubbing Balance on little kids with special needs feet, because I knew Balance was so powerful. And I had seen a couple of the videos on how it helped open people up for treatment, move circulation. So, and it's also a smell that's inoffensive. Like there's rarely do people not like Balance, right?
Yes.
Even sensory sensitive children.
Yeah. It's so calming and grounding.
Yes, you never fail with that blend. So on and on, it just became something that became part of my life. Once I felt confident with those oils, even oregano, right? Because that's like next level, you know, getting creative on how to get oregano in your body without feeling like it's like, but how amazing it is when there's a viral thing going on, immediately using that. And then that opened a whole portal, because then doTERRA has like amazing things to work on when you feel like you're getting sick, right? So I'm a fan of many things. Like GX Assist is one of my favorite. It has oregano in it, but it has that enteric capsule. And I was having really good results with like snipping. If the girls were getting some sort of sinus thing, if I gave them that on time, they wouldn't get anything. You know, it would leave in 24 hours. If I was diffusing On Guard in Alani's room, she had nosebleeds continuously. The nosebleeds stopped. So on and on. And that's where you're like, hey, it's real. And I'm saving a ton of money in the long run, because I didn't have to take them to the Minute Clinic, and I didn't have to go through, I mean, I wasn't a fan of medications, but still just going to the Minute Clinic, taking the time from work, you know, and then trying to figure out what I was going to give them, whether natural or not.
Right.
You spend a ton of money.
Yeah. Well, they're pennies per drop instead of dollars per dose. And then with the app, I just shared a screen to show the app that you were talking about, the Modern Essentials app. That's fantastic. You look up anything that you want to find, and it will tell you what to use. When we brought them home, it was about a respiratory issue, just my 2-year-old not being able to breathe well, and lots of snot and lots of sinuses trapped up there. And we used 2 oils. We used Breathe and On Guard. Breathe all over the chest. And so topically, we used it with some coconut oil, and then On Guard on the feet topically with coconut oil all over the feet and ankles. And I did it several times that evening and noticed that her breathing slightly improved that evening. But overnight, she woke up the next morning and she was running through the house with no wheezing. Her eyes were clear and bright because I hadn't given her anything else that night, the night before, and nothing synthetic the night before. And she's laughing and breathing and no wheezing, and snot is pouring out of her nose down her chin. It's totally gross, but I knew.
But good at the same time.
But I knew, like, whoa, like she's had this trouble for 5 months. And suddenly in one night, with several applications of essential oil, pure essential oil on her body flipped a switch. That
Nice.
for me was the beginning. And then I was like, okay, drinking citrus oils in my water bottles and using only glass or stainless steel because they dissolve plastics. And then using oils in our diffuser. Did you ladies explore with using oils in the diffuser, using them aromatically, using them, using them?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. There's a diffuser in every room in the house.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So do you use the same oil in the diffuser every day?
No, it depends. Like in my office during the day right now, as Solina mentioned, I use balance a lot. And of course now we've got the amazing adaptive rollerball, right? So as the stress level bounces up and down throughout the day, I'm not bouncing up and down throughout the day. I really recommend adaptive a lot to my postmenopausal sisters, because I'm like, that mood situation you've got going on,
Yeah.
this will help it a whole lot. So it just depends on the day. I mean, in our little bathroom here, we've got a half bath off the kitchen. I use the bubble diffuser, and yesterday I just went crazy and made a blend. I put a little cassia because I wanted some, like, different things. So I threw in like some cassia, some island mint, wild orange, and balance. And I threw it in the bubble diffuser, and it started puffing, and you could smell it through the whole downstairs of the house, and it just felt like warm. And I'm waiting for I'm placing my order today for my holiday blend oil, because that is just like one of my favorites. But that kind of reminded me of it a little bit. I just played around yesterday, and that's what's so fun, right? You can play with it, find that thing that makes you happy, that your body says, oh, this is good, I need this, right? You smell it. And at night upstairs in the bedrooms, it's Serenity, Eucalyptus, and Breathe.
Okay.
Especially if my husband is home, because that keeps the snoring down to a dull roar. So I get to sleep. And actually, now that we've got MetaPower, I gave him a Advantage sachet, his first one, the other night, and he was silent, not a snore. I was amazed.
Wow.
It was the quietest night I've had. I mean,
Yeah.
not one single sound. I kept checking. Like it was funny. I almost couldn't sleep because I was checking him. Like, is he breathing? All right, okay, he's all right.
We're going to be talking about that on the metabolic week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or on the metabolic week. And then that balance, Serenities for sleep, we're going to be talking about that on the stress sleep week.
Nice.
More detail.
And building on what Terri says, that going into an environment, especially when you're going to coaching, counseling, whatever. I mean, I know that my olfactory bulb, right? My smell is super sensitive. So for me to walk into somebody's house, I mean, it was the difference when I was a kid. This started early about wanting to go somewhere or not, if the place smelled good or not. If I walked into a house and it smelled like dog, I wanted to leave. And my mom was like, she'd say my nostrils were fair. So that whole creating an environment that is friendly for whatever your life calling is, but it's surprising how much that can impact a human being. Like, I knew I wasn't going to work in hospitals because of the smell. So, like,
Yeah.
to have that power to do these beautiful blends and create a beautiful environment where people walk in and say, yes, nobody's going to say no to orange or, or balance or that combination, the fruity pebble, so yes,
I like that.
That's fantastic.
It's natural.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And then now, so doTERRA has so many beautiful oils that have made such a difference in our life, but we're also going to be talking over the next coming weeks about all of the lifestyle products, all the things that we've swapped out of our home because we want toxic free products to be able to put on our body, to be able to use internally, nutritious supplements to be able to use. And doTERRA has all of those, along with the green cleaning line, the skincare, the spa products. So we're going to wrap up here in a few minutes. And I see we've got some people watching online. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the replay. If you've got any questions for us on Thriving Thursdays, please post the questions in the comments and we'll go back and answer them or answer them live. I've tagged both Solina and Terri in this post. So if you have any specific questions for them, just tap on their name and you can directly IM them and connect with them that way. this topic today was really about, okay, so I've got them. Now what do I do with them? How do I get started? And so we've talked today about some of the ways that we've gotten started, things we jumped into. We talked about it, the app. Solina mentioned the app. I really love the Essential Life app, and that's online, essentiallife.com. That's a fantastic app, or book to be able to use as a resource book. What else, as we wrap up here, ladies, what would be the thing that you would recommend to people? How should they get started? Like what things should they do to identify their starting point? There are kits. doTERRA has discount kits. They make it really affordable, and they have a loyalty reward program that helps us save money every month when we order our natural products. What's the thing that you think that they should hone in on to decide where their starting point is? Solina.
I'd say tackle a resource. It can be a simple resource, right? But it's worth the investment, especially starting with the app that's so inexpensive, and learning the both emotional and physical benefits of one bottle of oil. Once you do that, it opens a whole portal of things for you on how to treat both physical and emotional well-being.
So I'm just pulling up that app that Solina's talking about. It's called the Modern Essentials Plus app. And in this app, it's a $4 download. Pennies, really.
Yeah, one time.
You can
one time
you can look up any kind of ailment, and then you can also look up the specific oils and see what medically has been proven for this oil to be beneficial for. It's like you said, opening up a portal.
And then going for what you have too, because I think people get caught up sometimes. They'll look up the ailment and they'll see this list of oils and they're like, this is intimidating. But then go to the actual oil you have and you'll be surprised at the overlap, right? Because plant-based medicine has been used forever for many things. So lemon can be used for many things, and you may realize, wow, I'm feeling down. I still can use my lemon, even though that wasn't listed on, mood, something that you're managing mood-wise. Or just the fact that you breathe in and kind of help rewire that emotional brain with oils. You can use any oil. So it's really, it really is available to us, right? Coming from the mind of it is available to us, not that, oh, I don't have that one.
Yeah. We'll use what you have. And doTERRA's kits, they start with the top 10 and then they move larger than that. But just in that top 10, that set of 10 oils, and it's $160. And you get 10 oils and a membership where you can order them for wholesale for the next year. That's a really affordable price to be able to now suddenly have a whole slew of natural solutions for everything in your home. And from there, you can grow into all of the natural hygiene products and the natural skincare, or the green cleaning products that we all love and use. And then the nutrition, and then the metabolism. Like you find, like Solina said, find the thing you want to address and start there and watch the portal open.
Absolutely.
All right. Any final words before we wrap up here this morning, ladies?
I think we should say good morning to Latasha Coleman. She's commenting and saying these oils are life-changing. So thank you for watching this morning, Latasha. We appreciate it. And yeah, I agree with everything that you ladies are saying. I say just jump in. Don't be afraid. Just from the very first scent of your very first oil, you will find love and appreciation and forever you'll just be looking for the rest and the more, and reach out to people who have the knowledge, right? That's the other thing I love about doTERRA. We have community, we have one another, we have resources. It's not just apps. You've got people that you can connect with and say, hey, I don't know how to use this. And I'm telling you, we've got Facebook groups. If you put in, hey, I've got somebody who's looking for something you're going to get a slew of, because each one of us are different. Our bodies are different. So what works for one may not work for another. And we all use them different ways and for different things. So you're never by yourself. And I love that in that we have community, right? I mean, this morning I'm getting to meet my new doTERRA sister, Solina. She's new to me, right? But that's so awesome, right? That we have these moments and these times, and that is what also makes it so great. It's the relationship connections that we build. So I'm excited for the weeks to come. This should be great.
Me too. All right, everyone. So join us here next Thursday. Comment below. Thank you for replaying or rewatching on the replay. Thank you for reaching out to us with any private questions or personal questions. We're coming back next Thursday morning, and we're going to share more about oils for every age. And this is going to be more diving into, like, what about babies? What about the elderly? Like, what are the things we shouldn't be doing? And what are the things we can be doing? What's really safe and what's not? There's so much confusion about what's safe for people and what's not. And so that's where we're going next week. I hope you have a fabulous and thriving Thursday. We love you all, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.